Helldivers is finally starting to shift course as it tries to re-engage with a player base that loves the game. I mean, 12 plus million copies kind of says it all, right? But those players have also seen some questionable changes and lack of new content. And with that in mind, it looks like Arrowhead are taking tomorrow's Escalation of Freedom very seriously. Welcome to the channel. This is LtBuzzLitebeer, and the build-up to tomorrow's free update has been completely out of character for Arrowhead and Helldivers. Whereas they normally keep it a bit more low-key, we've seen a barrage of daily alerts, and now even more coming, which we'll get into in a moment. In case you haven't done so already, please take a moment to hit subscribe. It's free and it really helps out the channel, getting the latest Helldivers news spread to the far corners of YouTube. And while you're at it, take a few seconds more to ring that notifications bell to receive my latest and upload alerts. And let's get stuck into all the latest from the galaxy's #1 democracy-spreading shooter, Helldivers. Very quickly, today's Superstore expires in about 17 hours, so if you want the lightweight Legionnaire body armor with servo-assisted for better throwing range and limb health, it can be yours. There's also the matching SC-37 Legionnaire helmet, the SC-15 Call Me Cade 6 from Destiny Drone Master helmet, and the Drone Master armor, which looks super lightweight, by the way, but it's actually a medium armor set with engineering kit for reduced recoil and +2 throwables, like grenades and throwing knives. The major order is next up, and what can you say about this one other than it was just a total disaster? I honestly don't know if divers didn't fully read the wording of the operation or if they just didn't give a damn, but the idea here was that the devs were trolling us with those MD-17 mines. Players don't want them. I mean, we've turned that into a community meme, but with this major order, we either succeeded and they did not give us the mines, or we failed and we got them. At this point, we're about 20 hours to go. We are halfway through the needed kill count, and I think everybody has just said, "F it," and is getting prepped for tomorrow. Let me know which heading you fall under in the comment section below. Did you want those mines? Did you not want the mines? Are you just getting your batteries to 100% for tomorrow in Escalation of Freedom? I look forward to reading those comments. Last little bit of Galaxy Map news is today's daily or personal order, which is to kill, wait for it, 3 Bile Titans. And if what I saw this morning was any indication of how many you're going to see on the map, you should have no problems, at least getting a shot of 3 of these and hopefully downing them. How many more there are on top of those 3 could vary, because at times these things were triple and quadruple stack for our hell dive, but you know, results are always going to vary. Anyways, drop those 3 BTs and grab those 15 medals, which you can spend on any new shop offerings if they drop with tomorrow's update, which is probably not likely. So instead, use them for the Freedom's Flame War Bond on Thursday. All right, on to the main event, and it has to be this seismic shift being put on full display over at Arrowhead. We've gotten so used to a few tweets from Johan, a few from Shams, a few cryptic responses over on Discord from the mods, an occasional propaganda tweet, and a few small in-game changes, but ever since July 23rd, the entire Helldivers crew has been really ratcheting up the intensity with all sorts of briefings, a full production trailer for Escalation of Freedom, which, by the way, is now up to 2 million views. We've also seen several PlayStation blogs, Freedom's Flame trailer, which has over 600,000 views once you combine the repost on both the PlayStation and IGN YouTube channels. And wait, there's more, because there was also that full July edition of the Arrowhead Insider, whatever the hell that Joel short film was, which was creepy AF. We had 3 different Twitter splashes building up to Escalation, which is tomorrow, and now there's a just announced sneak peek of that new content, again starting tomorrow, August the 6th at 10 a.m. BST, that's 11 a.m. CEST, or for those of us over on the East Coast US, that's 5 a.m. in the freaking morning. Now, if you take a look back at previous developer statements, one of the things they really wanted to start up with were live streams. They wanted to start up with blogs, basically more customer-facing interactions. But this one has a twist to it, actually several twists. The first is that it is pre-recorded, so while you're going to be getting a first look at this new content, it's not like it would be for, say, a live stream where the devs would take your questions in real time. This is a 24-hour stream that they're going to play back-to-back, which is going to equal 48 hours. I'm actually kind of bummed about that one, but you know, it is what it is. Also, and here's twist number 2, any Steam players that tune into this stream will receive 48 hours of early access to the latest armor Super Earth has to offer, the TR40 Golden Eagle set, which I think I found a pic of it on the internet, and hopefully this isn't a spoiler. This thing's been out and circulating within the community forever. Now, a statement that was put out in tandem with this announcement says that the general rollout for this armor will begin on Thursday, August 8th, to all platforms and all players. And all PlayStation players will receive it for free on Thursday. By the way, I found that nugget over in a different statement made by Baskinator on the official Helldivers Reddit. But overall, we've seen the announcements go from a slow, methodical drip feed to now just one after another, and it looks like Arrowhead has decided that whatever they were doing in the past to kind of get players hyped up just wasn't good enough. Of course, I'll leave a link to the studio's Steam statement concerning the live stream and armor in the video description, but for now, because I've seen this question ever since Escalation of Freedom was revealed, that being, hey, what's coming in the new content, I'm going to answer most of that in just a moment, but again, just to be clear before we start, Escalation of Freedom and Freedom's Flame are two different things on two different days. Escalation is a free update that's coming tomorrow, Tuesday the 6th. Freedom's Flame is the new premium war bond for 1,000 super creds that releases on Thursday the 8th. Okay, Escalation, what are we looking at? Starting off with the biggies, we're going to get a new higher difficulty up to level 10, which is said to be a significant step from our current max of difficulty 9. We're also getting new enemy types. For the bugs, that's the Spore Charger, the Alpha Brood Commander, and the Impaler, which is a fan favorite back from Helldivers 1. Now for the bots, there's a new heavy armor Strider with an enclosed cockpit and rocket pods on the sides of the head. Of course, that rocket tank that can shoot horizontal or raise the battery skywards and drop rockets in like mortars. And then right at the end of the trailer, there was that new looking jetpack Marauder. And this is just what we saw in the trailer, by the way, because there could be more, and to be honest, I'd be disappointed if the devs didn't hold a little something back as a surprise. There's also the new heavy outposts for both the bots and the bugs that are far larger and more heavily guarded than anything we've ever seen. Word is, if you assault one of these and complete it, there are rewards to be found within, and we saw in the trailer a Helldiver holding an automaton head, almost like a trophy, possibly to be taken back to our ships, although I'm just speculating on that one. There's also a new Escort the Larvae mission type that was shown off, where we have to find and secure a live larvae within a special backpack that screeches and cries for help as we try to make it all the way back to extract with this thing. And the more it cries, the more bugs will descend on your positions. And there's a few more bits and bobs in there as well, and that's just what we were shown. Not discussed, but sort of mentioned, were a list of improvements and changes to the game itself. And I know that for so many of you, you have your list of things that needs attention. But for me, because I'm doing the video here, performance improvements, progression revamps, the friends list, and in general, more missions and biomes are all up at the top of the list for me. I'm sure that for a lot of players, weapon changes and balancing are also equally important. And once we get that comprehensive list of changes, which I expect tomorrow alongside Escalation, I will of course be posting a full follow-up. So again, watch for that one. Okay, on to your top 3 comments from my last Helldivers video, kicking it off with Adrian Colado 9275, who says, a stealth warbond with an armor passive that allows you to see enemy outlines through smoke would be huge. And this one actually got a lot of upvotes. And yeah, I would totally be game to try out an armor set like this, especially when the world's on fire and visibility is damn near zero. I mean, being able to see those target outlines would be super useful. And by the way, Adrian, good call on the suggestion. Hopefully the devs are listening and can actually make this one happen in game. Next up comes to us from Kassar the Random 3010 with actually kind of a funny one. The last time I was this early, Malevolent Creek was still speaking binary. And by the way, who remembers those epic battles we used to have with the bots over on the creek? Those fights will haunt divers that were there from now until the end of time. I mean, those were some epic shootouts. And finally, Scott Lurker 991 says, running through flames, stemming, and diving is the official sport of Hellmire. Yeah, been there, done that, Scott. And wow, Hellmire, that's kind of heavy for a Monday morning. And again, what else can you say but wow? Also, I didn't want to forget this because I've received several questions about it, or actually both of these items. Number one, I continue to monitor it for any changes, but the commercial license for the game has not been altered for 3 months. And that's actually where you can see if Sony has relented on their 170 plus countries and regions ban. So again, nothing there. And item number two, I know there was a podcast making some hints towards huge news at the end of July and a very special game making its way to Xbox Game Pass. And I have no details on anything breaking on that side of things as well. I really want this to happen for a multitude of reasons, and once or if I get any credible evidence, expect that to make it into one of my follow-up reports. By the way, if you want to make it into my next video's top 3 comments, first off, you have to take the time to leave me a comment on this video. And who knows, you might get picked to get a shout out for the next one. Remember to hit subscribe and ring that notifications bell to receive my latest upload alerts. All my socials, including links to today's sources, can be found in the video description. We are nearly to 236,000 subscribers. And again, I wanted to say thank you to all you legends out there who've already taken the plunge and hit subscribe. Your support is incredible, and without you, this whole thing just doesn't work. Until the next one, this is Lieutenant BuzzLitebeer signing off.